This weekend, we are staying in a traditional German half-timbered house. The more time that you spend here, the more you notice. And one of the first things that I noticed was this right here on the ground, which has piqued my curiosity. I've always wanted to see inside one of these places, so this weekend, I've got my chance. And the village is basically your traditional German village, so I'm gonna give you guys my honest review of this place, and we're gonna check out the village and see what it has to offer. So, without further ado, here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
All right, so we are in this tiny German village called Osterwieck. I hope I said that correctly. And when we were driving in here, there was like absolutely nobody. So this is pretty much, well, it feels like a ghost town, but I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and check out the apartment. I've actually never stayed in one of these places before, so this is gonna be something that I can cross off the bucket list. Oh, wow. We got some rustic vibes going on in here, but it's nice and cool, which is awesome because it's hot outside. All right, so there is a lot going on in this apartment, and I almost don't know where to start, but I guess we'll just start in the kitchen because it's the first thing that you see when you come in. So it's actually a kitchen and a dining room combined, and it's fairly spacious, as you can see. And the kitchen's not technically on ground level. In order to get into the kitchen, you have to go up this small flight of stairs. The only problem with that is you can see that they've actually removed one of the stairs, and it kind of sticks out here on the ground, and if you're not careful, you could pretty easily trip over yourself. The first thing that you might notice when you walk into the kitchen is the wood floor. It creaks and it gives away a little bit, but it definitely adds to the character of this place. And on the dining room side of the kitchen, you have this beautiful little table with, I guess those are seats from an old school bus, or at least that's what it looks like. It's really cool. And this is a really unique clock. I'm not sure what it is, but it makes a sound every minute. And I think that was to clock in or something like that, because you have a place here to, I guess that was where you would stamp a card or something like that. I don't know, I could be wrong. If you know what that is, let me know in the comments below. The kitchen side gives me vibes of, like, we basically walked back into the 40s. Everything is pretty retro here, including the refrigerator, which has a lot of space, and a freezer as well, which is pretty nice. Of course, a sink, an oven, a stove, a coffee machine, a water kettle. Some of the stuff in here feels like it's actually really old, and some of the other stuff is just meant to look old, but it's not. Time for coffee. Let's see if they have any coffee in here. I don't think so. How do you open that with one hand? There we go. Nope. So I guess we'll have to go out and buy some coffee. Let's see, what do we have here? Paper for baking. We got tea. Just a bunch of different kinds of tea. No coffee. Or, nope. They've got the filters for coffee, but still no coffee. Silverware. Oh, wow. And stuff to cook with. Like, they actually have Knorr for soup. But everything's got this pastel color, and I like the backsplash here because those are actually old doors. So they've repurposed that to make a backsplash, which I've never really seen that before, but it works. I think really the only drawback to the kitchen are the windows. I mean, don't get me wrong, the windows are beautiful. I like that they're there, but as you can see, there are absolutely no curtains or anything like that. So when the sun goes down, people can just look right in, and we're right on a street here. So that's not cool. You should probably add curtains there. The thing about this place is there is so much to explore here. There's so many little nooks and crannies and antiques and arts and crafts and things like that just all over the place, that the more time that you spend here, the more you notice. And one of the first things that I noticed was this right here on the ground, which has piqued my curiosity. If you ask me, I would say this is an old door that used to lead to the cellar, but unfortunately it's been sealed off, and I'm not gonna break into it to go down there because they have our credit card information. But right on top of it here is actually a place to leave a tip, which I've never really seen that before. No money is inside, but they've got these books that show you all of the cool stuff for the region of the Hearts, which that's where we are. Right under the staircase here, they've got old suitcases, which are basically just decorations, but it definitely adds to the whole rustic vibe of this place. Here, you're supposed to hang up your coat or whatever you have, but Daisy noticed that with just a slight touch, I don't think I'm gonna be hanging anything up on that because, as you can see, it's unstable. Now, another thing that we noticed that was unstable is the handrails for the stairway here. Not really good quality, unfortunately, and I haven't even been up the stairs yet. But before we go up there, let's check out the back patio. Oh, that's not cool. I guess we don't really have enough room for the door and the chandelier because, well, yeah, there's just not enough room for it. If that breaks, it's not my fault. Wow. A little bit small, but small isn't the word for it. I'm gonna call this cozy because that's exactly what it is. There's a lot going on out here too. For an example, right above me here are actually grapes hanging from vines. You can pick them and eat them as you please. Not good? No?
No.
Unfortunately, they're not ready yet. This is your door to the outside area. It's got this little tiny lock on it. A really old lock, actually. Let's see if it works. Yeah, it does. And we're right outside here, and that's actually the car right over there, so parking is really close. What do we got here? Oh, that's nice. Nicely decorated. That's pretty cool. Boots with plants in them. Gives it that cozy vibe. Let's go on inside here again. So right on this side here, you actually have a garden with a little palm tree in the corner here. And something that I find really cool is this little thing right here is actually a garbage can, but it's for compost. So, you know, eggs, bananas, stuff like that go directly in there, which I think that is an awesome idea. Right above that are more glass jars with candles, and this place is actually loaded with lights. Little lights that are really unique, and I can't wait to see this place at nighttime. Right over here, we have a nook where you can just sit in there and chill out, and that's not a table. It's an old sewing machine. What is it with these places and old sewing machines? That's cool. That works so well. You just That's so soothing. That's so weird. I should have been a drummer. And I've already sat in there and it's actually really comfortable, super cozy. So I'm planning on coming out here when the sun goes down. We're gonna turn on all the lights and we're gonna chill out and just have a good time. Oh, look at that. So, a place for you to hang your clothes. Like I said, you keep noticing more stuff the more time that you spend out here. And this is also really cool. A little tiny fireplace. So maybe tonight, if it's cool enough, we'll build a little fire. Maybe. Oh, it's you again. What do we have here? Okay, looks like a bathroom with a washing machine and no toilet. But you got a washing machine, so if you needed to do a load of laundry, there you go. And then here it looks like, I guess those are seats from an old theater. I don't know if I trust myself to sit on those or not. Maybe later. Let's go upstairs. So this spiral staircase is really steep. And like I said, the handrail is not very sturdy, but this is pretty nice. Oh, wow. Oh, this is beautiful. All right, so pretty much every time I walk into one of these rooms, I am almost left speechless. Like I said, I just don't know where to start because there's so much going on. So for instance, right over here on the wall, you have this whole library of books, and right next to it is, I'm guessing that's a sofa, and it looks like some kind of a pull-out bed with, it's probably got a mattress in there. I'm gonna have to try that out later to see if there's a mattress in there, but oh, that's comfortable. That's comfortable. I could sleep on that. I don't even care what the bed looks like. And I like the material too. Man, it's just, the furniture here is just amazing. So for instance, this giant thing that the TV is sitting on is, it looks like some kind of an old workbench from a workshop. It's got a big vice grip on it. Wow, still works. That is amazing. And now they've repurposed it into a table, but that adds so much to the character of this place, and that's what makes this place unique. I'm starting to learn it has nothing to do with the half-timbered house that you see from the outside. When you come inside here, that's what's special about this place, is the stuff in here. It's just really cool. Like, we even have games in here. What do they call this? Foosball?
See?
Yeah, so a little foosball that I can teach Daisy how to play that a little bit later. I'm definitely gonna win tonight. Look, we even have tic-tac-toe. That's cool. I'll win at that as well. I'm just kidding. Daisy will probably beat me at that. So, but yeah, so there's games, stuff to do. Let's see if the TV works. There we go. It's got YouTube, so that you can go onto my channel and give a like and subscribe, because we go on these adventures all the time. So you should join us. And we got the bathroom. So, wow, very nice bathroom, very unique. Let's see if we got the lights. Okay, lights here, nice and bright so you can see everything. The sink is big. I like that mirror. In the shower, I think they did it right because it's pretty large, and normally I'm not a fan of the showers that are left open, but this is a small space that's left open, and the shower is actually back in there behind the glass, so you won't make a mess on the floor. So that's actually pretty cool. All right, what do we have up here? Oh, wow. So as you can see, this is the master bedroom. It's actually on the 3rd floor here, which is technically an attic that has been repurposed into the bedroom. And the first thing I'm noticing is actually how warm it is up here. So I think I'm gonna open the window. Time to get a little fresh air in here. Or maybe not, because it's actually warmer outside than it is in here. Got a nice little rocking chair. Let's see if it's comfortable. Ugh. And of course, up there we have the lighting for the bedroom here, which, as you can see, every single light is basically in some sort of a basket. I guess we turn it on from here. Nope, it's downstairs. Here we go. Wow, that's nice. And what do we have here? I think that is, some chocolates on the bed for us, which those are some of my favorites. I'll have to eat that later. Got a lamp on top of a chest, very rustic. And that's actually a projector. We don't have a flat wall. What do we have here? Oh, okay. Then I guess that's the screen for the projector. It's right above this wooden piece here, so I guess you're supposed to bring it down and kind of lay it in front of this wooden piece. I guess we'll have to try that out later too. And then of course, there's the bed. So right about now is when I would eject myself off of the floor through the air and land on the bed and do a bed test and let you know if it's comfortable or not. But as you can see, we don't really have the head space or the clearance that I need for that. So we're gonna do it a little bit differently. Oh, microphone came off, but it's still working. Thank you, DJI. Wow, this is actually pretty comfortable. A little bit firm, but comfortable. But as you know, you can't really tell if it's actually comfortable or not until you've slept on it. So I'll let you guys know tomorrow morning. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the walkthrough. All right, I think it's time to check out the village here and see if we can't find something to eat. So for me, part of the appeal of visiting this place was actually how many half-timbered buildings they have. And if you don't know what a half-timbered building is, it's basically this old German style building where you see the wood that's basically coming through the stucco there. It's basically a very traditional German way of building the houses, and there's always a lot of imperfections. For instance, this one right here, which I don't know if you can see that, but it's leaning inwards a little bit. And these kinds of towns have some of the most character, just like Quedlinburg, kind of. So I love it, and thought it would be a good opportunity to show you guys a very traditional part of Germany. Wow, that's cool. Sometimes these buildings look like they're gonna fall over, but nope, they're pretty solid. So this is what I'm talking about. Look at this old window here. That's cool. And this old door that you can't really open anymore. And that window above me, there's a frame missing. I'm not sure if someone lives up in there or what, but yeah, it's just a different feeling walking through here. And another thing is, when I read a review for the place that we're staying in, they said basically this place is like a ghost town. Apparently there's not many people here, and as you can see, I think they were right. I kind of like that though. And this is what I'm talking about right here. You can see the wood is definitely not straight. And I'm willing to bet that there is not one 90-degree angle in that house. So I wanted to find a traditional German restaurant and show you guys that, but this village doesn't have one, which is kind of weird. But they do have a sushi restaurant, so we're gonna go ahead and try that out because I love some sushi. Oh, this is cool.
Einmal zwei und 20.
Yeah, just in the middle here.
Dankeschön.
Wow.
Und einmal 203.
Thank you.
Bitteschön.
Danke.
Guten Appetit.
Danke.
Danke. Looks pretty good. It is good. That was really good. But there's like nobody out here in this town. There's absolutely nothing going on, so I think we're gonna head back to the apartment. I'm actually excited to see what that place looks like with the lights on, and the sun's going down, so it's about perfect timing for that. Okay. Oh yeah. This is much, much better with all of the candles. Oh, cozy. Oh, wow. Oh, and this chair is deep. Well, it's not a chair, it's a nook. This is nice. I could imagine this is a place where you come and you come with your loved one and you just have a romantic time together, and this is just perfect for that. I'm kind of speechless. I don't think we've ever really found something quite like this in all of the places that we've stayed. Not this terrace. There's so much uniqueness in just this terrace alone. That sells it for me. But I still have to go up the stairs tonight to go to sleep. Well, it's been a long day, and I got to admit, I'm pretty surprised that this projector is working, so that's a plus. And they're playing one of our favorite movies, so we're gonna chill out and grab a little shut-eye. We'll see you guys in the morning. Good night. I didn't really sleep too well. The bed is way too firm for me. But on the other hand, Daisy slept like a baby, and she said that the bed was really comfortable, so I guess it's a 50-50 on the bed. Oh, that coffee is good. Wow. I guess I'm just gonna give you guys my final thoughts on this place before we hit the road, because it's about time to check out, which is at 10 a.m. in the morning. When you first walk into this place, it's impressive. You know, it's got a lot of stuff to look at, and even now there's little things that I'm finding out about this place that I didn't know last night or that I didn't realize last night. So there's a lot to see and a lot to occupy yourself with here, which is pretty cool. One of the drawbacks that I found is that upstairs it's really warm, and that's to be expected, you know, in an old German building. The higher you go, the warmer the rooms are, because there's no air conditioning here in Germany, typically. But the thing is they have 1,001 things in this place for you to see, look at, you know, all just anything that you can think of except a fan. Another thing that really took away from this place was really the stairs. I'm not gonna lie, they feel like a death trap. I mean, every time I had to go up and down the stairs, it was just cramped because they're very tiny stairs, and it just felt dangerous. As steep as these stairs are, you would think that they would put a little bit more care and effort into the handrails in this place. On the positive side of it, it's actually really peaceful sleeping here at night. And this whole terrace area is just beautiful. I could imagine that if I were to come back here and spend the night again, which I won't be doing, I would spend most of my time on the terrace out here, because it's just super peaceful. And I like the fact that you're surrounded by 4 different walls and the wind doesn't come in here and blow everything around. So it's kind of like your own private space, but the top is open, so you still feel like you're outside and you get that fresh air and that nature feeling. So that's really nice. And, you know, the way the place is decorated is pretty cool as well. Again, an IKEA magazine, a very dangerous IKEA magazine. So with that being said, you guys are probably wondering how much it costs to stay here for a night. Well, we booked this room for 160 euros for one night. And if you ask me, that's a little bit steep for this place, because that's 160 euros for 2 people. This place is an accommodation for 2 people. Now, you could fit 3 people in here if someone wanted to sleep on the sofa in the living room, but that's a little steep, because when you compare that to the caves that we stayed in Spain that were 150 euros for 4 people, well, that experience was way better. So would I do it again? No. And that leaves me pretty much at the end of the video. So I'd like to know, have you guys ever stayed in a traditional German half-timbered house? Maybe you live in one, because a lot of my viewers are from Germany. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm really interested to know what that's like on your side of it, if you do. And that's pretty much it for the video. So if you liked the video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe, because we go on these adventures all the time. So we'll see you next time. Peace.